You know, the last few days I've literally have been out of the net, and you know, while being out of the net, what I mean by being out of the net, you know, I've been traveling, I've been taking care of business here on the land. I've been doing everything that I can in order to really vamp up the preparedness of the community that I'm a part of, as well as the one that I lead, and including all the people out there who pay attention to my words and who have actually gained wisdom over the years and insight to know that what I'm speaking is the truth. I've been sitting watching slowly the gas prices, the oil prices. I've been watching the food prices continually keep going up, as well as, I'm sure that many of you are familiar. If you're not familiar, I'm going to go ahead and let you in and know what's going on. China and Japan has decided to go ahead and opt out of the dollar and start trading between themselves because the dollar is basically finished. You're not going to hear too much about this on your American news media sources because they don't care about keeping you informed. They deal with problem, reaction, solution, and they would rather for the problem to come all the way to the head to its point and then deal with the other chaos at the last moment rather than a bunch of people losing their mind right now. That's just the way that the system functions. And not only that, but, you know, Russia and Iran has started to, matter of fact, even get even closer because the whole world is tired of this neo-colonialism of the Great Britain, United States, and the rest of the European nations under the guise of the UN, which the United States in itself runs. Not only that, India has actually told Iran that I'm going to start buying oil from you, and I'm going to buy it from you in gold. As soon as the UN starts to put sanctions upon Iran, which is nothing more than an act of war. Iran, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad turns around, gets in a plane, flies down to Hugo Chavez down in Venezuela, and they started, importing goods and services between themselves, you know, since there's so many sanctions. Because I don't understand the mindset of these world so-called leaders and dictators and stuff who have so much influence and so much understanding allegedly, yet and still they won't pipe any water into their desert or pipe any water into their land to try to teach the people how to grow food and be self-sufficient and self-sustained. We're watching the New World Order, you know, right in front of us, right before our very eyes. And of course, those of you who just, you know, decide to keep your head in the sand, I can almost pretty much tell you right now that it's just really literally almost too late. A few videos ago, I said we used to have about this much time. And imagine when Pastor Dowell was getting ready and doing all this preparing over 15 years ago, how I looked in this society when the economy was so-called booming and everything was doing fine and right. I was called a cult as I am today. Crackpot, kook, lunatic, lost my mind, psychotic, chaotic, you know, whatever you want to call it, that's what they've named me. As the years went by, all of a sudden, now I'm getting emails from people, I'm getting correspondence, phone calls, people telling me, you know what, Pastor Dowell, I don't think you're none of this. As a matter of fact, I think you're a pretty intelligent guy. I'm still the same man that I was a few years ago, except I've gained in a little bit more wisdom and knowledge because more information is available. And so therefore I'm able to make rational decisions, which I hope that you do too, because, you know, it's getting bad out there. I think my advice would be at this particular time is that you would get food as quick as you can. And if you can get some fuel stabilizers and stuff in order to stabilize fuel, and as much as you can store up at the time, because we're getting ready to watch oil literally go through the roof. I mean, it's going to shoot well past $150 a gallon, and I'm not sure that people are really literally ready for that. I had rumblings in my mind to probably try to go out and purchase another vehicle, but then when I started really sitting back and looking at everything and stuff, I don't want to be in a position to where I've got a vehicle and it's sitting in my front yard or sitting here on the community, and we can't afford to even put gas in the thing to even drive it down the road. You're going to be forced. We're going into third world order status, like I've been saying for the last 15 years. I just ain't a Johnny come lately. I hadn't been doing this just yesterday. I mean, I've been understanding this thing for quite some time. It takes you nothing but one time to visit Straitway to see Straitway, and everybody's not welcome and invited either. to see and what I do show, the little that I do show, that I'm not playing games, haven't been playing games, and I'm not planning on playing any games either. But I really hate it for a lot of you people who have been pessimistic towards those of us who have been optimistic by giving you what we call insight. Most of you, even after hearing our voice, still refuse to try to get together with people and to, prepare mutual assistance groups. You're getting ready to deal with a world without rule of law, and you're not ready. You're just simply not ready and not prepared. I think you need to stock up on all the ammo that you can and get what you can and do it now for the preservation and the protection of your own home, because the civility of the people in America is going to really lose it. They're really, truly going to lose it. We're already dealing with a nation that, pretty much over 60% of the nation is on some type of psychotropic drug, and they can't function without it. I just don't know what to say. I mean, I've done my job. I've done what I'm supposed to do in order to prepare the hearts and minds. I just had Pastor Fox put out the dates, tell me, he said, Pastor, hey, it's not too late. He said, it's about the time frame that we need to start putting out the dates for the next GOTS. And he's right. And we're going to still go with the next GOTS, prepare for it. I just don't know if you're going to be able to get here or not. But nevertheless, we're charged in the scriptures to occupy till he comes. And we're to continue to keep on living life as we should. Here at Straitway, I'm going to be doing a lot of preparation and helping them people's minds get together and stuff. I'm going to teach them even the more so, things you need to do in order to survive, and the importance of unity and how we need unity. Because you're going to find out, all you people out there that are separated, those you people who feel like that the Most High has told you don't have to have the fellowship of the Most High, and you don't have to have fellowship with the saints, even though the Bible clearly tells you that you need that. Israel has always been together. They've always been together. The only time they were separated, even though they were together in captivity, is kind of like here in America. We're spread all over the places, and we're losing our strength. But he's gathering his people, and I hope that you can hear what I'm saying. I'm going to go into extensive detail. I mentioned something about Brother Ed and Sister Cindy and myself. Not only here at this upcoming Passover, we're going to talk about all the things I mentioned in the previous video, but I'm going to actually talk about preparation a little bit. I'm going to talk about what we need to be doing to get our hearts and minds together, and what to expect when you are living in a world that was once civilized and now we're without rule of law. You have to be righteous. You really need to have a righteous attitude and a righteous spirit in the time that we're living in right now. Most of us, we've done everything that we've can do to prepare you, your hearts, and your minds. But it's almost a little too late about right now. We're staring at World War III. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because history proves it out. They're not about to stop doing what they're doing, especially when they have it on their books and stuff that they, death is nothing to them. They got to at least eradicate 6 billion people on the face of this planet Earth. Still got too many according to the standards of way the people think in the New World Order. My advice is for you to find you a man of Yah, one that fears Yah, one that's hearing from him in direction, and one that can hear the Most High, kind of like Moses, James, Paul, Peter, and all them. Find one. You need a man of Yah that is helping you prepare. You're not getting a man of Yah that's not warned you about this upcoming economic collapse, that still got you in the city thinking that you're going to fulfill your destiny and that God is going to just bring down the good ship Jesus and fill up your bank accounts. That's not a man of Yah. If he's giving you the ears to hear me for the little time we do have left here, there's somebody's got it going viral here on the internet that they're going to shut down the internet March 8th. My advice to you is that this number that you have back here, as long as the phone lines are still open, you need to write that down. You need to write that down. You need to go to the website that is behind me, and you need to go and sign up for the online church forum if it's there. You need to do whatever you can to try to stay in contact with us for as long as you can, because it's looking pretty bad. the first thing, at least in war, and that everybody does, is to shut down communications. And that's one of the first order of business, because you can't communicate, you can't supply. You can't supply, then the survival of the army in itself as a whole is null, nil, and void. Rules of engagement for us is, number one, your relationship with the Father. No matter what, your relationship with the Father, and then being around the people of the Most High. People who you can trust, because you can't trust your family in this time, because there are many people that will sell their mom and daddies. And that's just all there is to it. And then having a heart and a mind strengthened and prepared and ready for what's coming down this pipe. I hope you heard my words, and I hope that you have a good night's sleep, good night's rest, and I hope you consider diligently and carefully what I've said. The King is coming.